Italian icon Salvatore Schillaci, the top scorer at the 1990 World Cup, has died aged 59. Schillaci, better known as Toto, scored 6 goals to win the Golden Boot at the 1990 World Cup on home soil. Italy lost in the semi-finals, but Schillaci was also awarded the Golden Ball as the best player and gained hero status. Schillaci was diagnosed with colon cancer in 2022. Capped 16 times for his country, scoring 7 goals, he represented Italian giants Juventus and Inter Milan after beginning his club career at Messina. Juventus, whom Schillaci joined in 1989, said, "We immediately fell in love with Toto, his desire, his story, his being so wonderfully passionate, and it showed in every game he played." We at Juve were lucky enough to get excited about him before, in that incredible summer of 1990, the whole of Italy did, captivated by those wonderfully energetic celebrations of his. Schillaci scored his first goal of the 1990 World Cup as a substitute against Austria, and after another substitute appearance against the United States, earned his first start against the Czech Republic. Partnering Baggio up front, Schillaci scored again as Italy's campaign built momentum, and his hero status was confirmed with further goals in the subsequent knockout round matches against Uruguay and the Republic of Ireland in the quarter-finals. Despite opening the scoring in the semi-final against Argentina, Italy lost out on penalties in Naples. But Schillaci sealed the Golden Boot with his 6th goal of the tournament in the third-place playoff against England. He would finish runner-up to Germany's World Cup winning captain Lothar Matthaus for the 1990 Ballon d'Or. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said, "A football icon is leaving us, a man who has entered the hearts of Italians and sports fans around the world. The striker from the Magic Knights of Italia 90 with our national team. Thanks for the emotions you gave us, for having made us dream, celebrate, embrace, and wave our national flag." Serie A President Lorenzo Cassini described Schillaci as a champion who lit up the magical nights of the 1990 World Cup in Italy. His desire to emerge and reach the highest levels of football has been and will continue to be a source of inspiration for the many young people who chase the dream of playing in Serie A. Schillaci scored only one more goal for Italy and did not appear for his nation again at a major tournament. He became the first Italian player to play in Japan's J-League before retiring in 1999. The president of the Italian Football Federation, FIGC, Gabriele Gravina, said of Schillaci, "His face was a symbol of shared joy and will forever remain a common heritage of Italian football." Toto was a great footballer, a tenacious symbol of will and redemption. He was able to thrill the Azzurri fans because his football was full of passion, and it was precisely this indomitable spirit that made him appreciated by everyone and will make him immortal. When Toto Schillaci's stare was the star, Italian icon Salvatore Schillaci, the top scorer at the 1990 World Cup, has died aged 59. Schillaci, better known as Toto, scored 6 goals to win the Golden Boot at the 1990 World Cup on home soil. Salvatore Schillaci ended the 1990 World Cup as the most popular man in Italy. But he started it being attacked by 3,000 angry fans who trapped him in his car, spat at the windows and kicked the bodywork. That was his welcome to the Azzurri's pre-World Cup training camp in Florence, when he unwittingly drove into a riot sparked by his club side, Juventus signing Fiorentina's star striker Roberto Baggio. Schillaci, who had to be rescued by police, was the wrong man in the wrong place at the wrong time. Things could not have been more different later that summer, as he scored goal after opportunistic goal. That he was in the Italy squad at all was unlikely enough. The swarthy Sicilian striker, who never went to school and grew up in poverty on the streets of Palermo's slums, had started his career 9 years previously earning $150 per goal for a local amateur side. True, he was now a 3-minute striker, The fee Juventus had paid Messina to sign him in 1989 and had won the UEFA Cup and Coppa Italia, but he was still relatively unknown. He had just played his first season in Serie A at the age of 25, and his first international call-up was for the finals. Schillaci had done it the hard way, but the man better known as Toto, a shortened version of his Christian name, would make Italy's World Cup his own. 6 goals gave him the Golden Boot as the tournament's top scorer, the Golden Ball as the best player and hero status, despite the hosts falling in the semi-finals. In 2014, Schillaci discussed the 4 weeks defined his life, the fallout from his spectacular rise from nowhere to become one of the most famous footballers in the world, and what happened next. He was surprised and amused to learn a charismatic champion Australian thoroughbred racehorse was named after him. "Ha, that is new to me. I've heard about a lot of things but never the horse," the 49-year-old told BBC Sport. "In that period, I know a lot of people in Italy named their dog Toto, though." It was not the only way his name came into popular usage. When people arrived in Italy around that time, the first thing they would say to the border police was, "Toto Schillaci," he added. And a lot of Italians have told me that when they went abroad, the first thing people said to them when they found out they were Italian was my name. That makes me very happy. His stint as an unofficial ambassador was brief. Injuries and a loss of form meant he scored only 1 more goal for his country after the World Cup, and he was discarded during an unsuccessful qualifying campaign for the 1992 European Championship. His legacy has lasted a lot longer. "There have been times when people have just burst into tears when they meet me," Schillaci said. "It is great that when I meet people, I see a big smile on their faces. They are so happy to meet me. I think success is hard-won, so it is nice when people still remember you. The tough thing is when people no longer appreciate you. So I don't mind the attention at all." The fact it was his only moment in the sun means Schillaci belongs to Italia 90 as much as Italia 90 belongs to him. And wherever he is in the world, he knows the request that is coming as soon as he is recognized. The eyes, the eyes. "Every time I meet people, they always want me to do the wild eyes," Schillaci said with a laugh. "It was an instinctive gesture that has stuck in people's minds, and I've done it many, many times." Whether he was pleading for a penalty or greeting another goal, that dark Schillaci stare would become a familiar sight on his ever-expressive face, starting straight after he came on in Italy's first game against Austria. "I had got the last place in the squad, so I did not even expect to be on the bench," Schillaci recalled. "I thought I would be watching from the stands." So, late in the game, with the score 0-0, when the manager Azeglio Vicini called me over and told me to get warmed up because I was coming on, I could not believe it. I asked him, "Do you mean me?" Sitting next to Schillaci was goalkeeper Stefano Tacconi, his Juventus teammate, who told him to go on and score a header like John Charles. And, emulating the Wales and Juve legend, he did just that with a bullet finish that, remarkably, was the first goal with his head all season. "When I scored, I just started running and did not stop until I got to the bench, where I hugged Tacconi because of what he had said to me," Schillaci explained. "It was an immense joy." Another substitute appearance followed in a narrow win over the United States, this time a fruitless one, before Vicini bowed to popular opinion and played Schillaci from the start, partnering him with Baggio against the Czech Republic. They both scored in a 2-0 win, and Italy's World Cup was finally up and running. "Italy in delirium with Schillaci Baggio," read the headline on the front of Gazzetta dello Sport, "How beautiful you are." 2 more goals followed to sink Uruguay in the last 16 and Republic of Ireland in the quarter-finals, cementing Schillaci's hero status. He was seen as the saviour of the nation. Even Magic Nights, the official song of the World Cup, became his personal anthem. By now, comparisons were being made with Paolo Rossi, the inspiration when Italy won the 1982 World Cup. Rossi was a champion, Schillaci said ahead of a semi-final against Argentina that his side were expected to win. I am an ordinary, modest guy. I just hope I can continue to do what I have been doing. He did, opening the scoring with another poacher's effort, but this time it was not enough. Italy passed England's record of 499 minutes without conceding at a finals before their goal was breached in the second half, and the fairy tale was finished when they went out on penalties. Every national newspaper in Italy used the headline "End of a Dream," while Gazzetta and Corriere dello Sport simply put "No" in huge letters on their front pages. "We deserve to win," reflected Schillaci. "I think if we had beaten Argentina, we would have gone on to win the World Cup." That was not quite the end of the Schillaci story, however. The day before West Germany beat Argentina in the final, he grabbed his 6th goal of the tournament in the third-place playoff against England, putting him ahead of Czech Tomáš Skuhravý as the tournament's leading goalscorer. "After the tournament, I went away to somewhere quiet," Schillaci says. "Everybody wanted a piece of me, but I just wanted to get away from it all, especially after the pain of our semi-final defeat." The next time he made the headlines, it would be for a less savoury reason. The following November, he was banned for one game for threatening to have Fabio Pohl shot after the Bologna player punched him during an on-pitch row. By then, the goals were drying up too. He scored only 5 in the league in the 1990-91 season and 6 the following campaign. An injury-plagued move to Inter Milan in 1992 failed to revive him, and he ended his career in exile, albeit a lucrative one, as the first Italian to play in Japan's fledgling J-League. While he was still in Serie A and struggling to regain his World Cup form, Schillaci said, "Even if I were to drop out of the Italian team, I will still have with me for the rest of my life the wonderful memories of Italia '90. He still had them after returning to his home city to run the youth academy he used to play for. What was clear from talking to Schillaci was that while he enjoyed reliving past glories when he was asked to play in exhibition matches, he was also happy his fame did not change him too much. Subscribe to our channel for more updates.